First question, Michael.
Hey, Kevin. Two quick things. Do you kind of like when it's closer to, I guess, 3 or 4 seconds and 8 or 9? Does it kind of prevent double teams or extra attention, do you think, coming to you in that situation?
Yeah, I think the 4 or 5 seconds on the clock, they don't want to just give up a wide open shot, so they won't dare other guys to beat them that late. So kind of gave me the one-on-one. Book was there a little bit, but I didn't really feel his presence as much as it was earlier in the game. But be able to pull up over 2 and knock that down, and after missing like 9 straight, 10 straight threes, and I felt like pretty much I shot 12. I want to say at least 10 of them felt great leaving my hand, So it was good that one went down. It was good that we was able to get back into the game. We struggled to start the third, but defensively, give up 18, 19 points in the third and fourth quarters. That was insane.
Also, kind of on that note, you've hit plenty of game winners in your career. Of course, is it cool to have one now kind of in your Houston tenure team? You're pretty high coming off before.
It's cool for the people coming to the game, watching, play a high-pressure game, defensive game. I think that's what the fans love to see. And then to cap it off with a, last-second shot. It's great for the fans. It was great for our team to get a W, and for us to just keep it pushing. We're missing a couple guys, we're missing one guy. But it's a huge void we have to fill, and I think guys did a solid job of coming in and trying to play their hardest.
Kevin, how important was Jabari's play on both ends of the floor? He was not only scoring, but really using his length to guard Devin Booker, which is not an easy task.
Yeah, him, Tari, Bari, Josh. I know Book is a Hall of Famer, and you need pretty much 2 or 3 guys to guard him at all times, and I think we did a good job of just using our length and making him shoot over us, but also making him see crowds as well. But great players like that, they're going to get their shots off, and I think in the fourth he had some big plays, but he was able to make the last play.
Okay, you referenced that 10 of the 12 free shot focus. Is that on your mind through the course of the game, or focusing on that issue after that shot?
Yeah, I think about it. If some threes I make is not good fundamentally, they just happen to go in. You know what I'm saying? So even the shots that I miss, I always go over in my mind, was that a good shot? My feet under me, my follow through right, was I was focused on the rim. So I go through that process after I miss shots, you know what I'm saying? So, and I felt like my process was good in my 3-pointers. I felt like they were strong. So that meant that eventually I'll find my rhythm and knocking one down. So grateful that was the last one.
Kevin, when all the clocks were broken there in the first half, did that affect you guys at all, or was it tough?
I wouldn't say it was tough. We're pros. We're adapting anything, I feel like. But yeah, initially, the stoppages in the game, we want to, both teams, we want to keep flowing, keep playing. So yeah, it probably threw both teams off for a couple possessions, and then we figured it out after that. And, then they got it right. So it was a non-issue going forward.
Kevin, I think a big part of your game is approaching things the right way in terms of execution and possessions. Is there a difference when the game's close and that you can make shots wrong?
Yeah, that makes life a little easier. But on the flip side of that, everybody in the arena, the other team, they know I'm getting the ball late. So sometimes I got to fight through a lot too to get to my shot. So yeah, it's good knowing that I can pull up and get to my spots and knock down shots, but being able to navigate through that jungle of players that, sometimes can be tough too. So it's all a learning experience, man, to be honest. It's all stuff that, I try to store and get better if that situation comes around again. I think we've had a few of them late game situations this year, and it's only making us better. It's making me better and more comfortable, and we're learning from it.
Katie, I know you still have love in that organization, but as a competitor, does it mean any more to you to be able to hit that one against your former guys?
Most definitely, you know what I'm saying? A place that I didn't want to leave, and my first time being, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I will, to be kicked out of a place, you know what I'm saying? And felt like that, I've been scapegoated, you know what I'm saying, for the issues we had as a team last year. Yeah, it felt good to beat them and hit a game-winning shot. But that's all it is. It's not just for the moment, you know. It's something tomorrow I won't even think about, you know. So it was a fun game. Like I said, of course, yeah, I felt you play with a little chip on your shoulder against your former team, especially when they trade you.
When Phoenix was able to take the lead late in the game, they were able to force the ball out of your hands a few times. Was anything changed during the timeout for that last shot, or was it just you were just determined to get up the shot no matter what defense they were playing?
Yeah, I was determined to get it up. I wasn't gonna let them force me to pass. But like you said that question earlier, I think it was 4 or 5 seconds on the clock, and they couldn't force me to pass too much. They'd leave somebody wide open for a three. But it's going to happen throughout the rest of the season. Teams are going to try to take the ball out of my hands and make my teammates beat them. 9 for 37 from the three. We were 10 for 41 from the three last game. We probably last in attempts throughout the season. So to get 39 three-pointers up the last 2 games, that's encouraging. Even though a lot of them were open and a lot of them were in and out. So I feel like the tide's going to start to turn on that three-point shot, but I like the shots that we're generating throughout.
Kevin, are you encouraged by the defensive intensity? It seems like it keeps picking up with each game.
Yeah, I just rather us started in the first quarter to 37 points. You know what I'm saying? With this team, who got shooters all around, they shoot a lot of threes, they got penetrators, they got roll man, they can play above the rim. This is a great offensive team. So to knuckle down and get into the ball and force bad shots, force turnovers, it's a good win for us.
Kevin, looking at the shot that you did get, you got to your right hand. I'm just curious, once you got to the right hand, was it like this is going up?
I just knew it was going up when I came out the huddle. I just wanted to, we entire game, you know what I'm saying? It was, and I knew the play coach set up, it would be tough for them to run and jump me and double team me. So yeah, of course, I just wanted to get a shot up and not rush it and follow through and focus on my fundamentals and not worry about nothing else. And I was able to go down for it.
Quick follow, just obviously with the Suns in the last few years and now here in the trade and so much has happened since then. How are you weighing the emotions of that shot, knowing it was coming?
Like I was just telling him right before you walked in, literally right before you walked in, Dwayne, we was talking about this. It feels good to play against a team that booted you out the building and scapegoated you for all the problems that they had. And it hurt because I put all my effort and love and care towards the Suns and the Phoenix area and Arizona in general. But that's just the business. That's the name of the game. And, you know, so when you play against a team, yeah, you got a chip on your shoulder. You don't want it to get too big, have too big of a chip and it gets in the way of the game with my teammates. But in the back of my mind, it's there. You know, it's nothing but love for the players. But I want to beat that team. I want to show them that I still got some juice in the tank, even though I'm old. I still can play. Yeah, I feel like every player has that mentality playing against their former team. I don't think it's malicious in any way towards them, but it's just as a competitor, you want to go out there and beat them. And then to beat them on a game-winning shot like that, yeah. But by the time I get home tonight, I probably won't even remember it. Oh, I will remember, but I'll try my best to forget about it and move on to the next game.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.